Still watch
it. I heard on Ranger Board that they wanted you to grow your hair out in turbo so you could be the next Red Ranger. Was that true?
That was what was going around.
Okay.
Like they wanted me to grow my hair out, and I was like, why? And then it was like, that was what we were hearing was like, well, they're thinking maybe they want you to be the leader. I'm like, well, why do I need to grow my hair out? And I think, I don't know if this is true or not, I think it was to maybe fool the little kids into thinking that I was Tommy. Because he had long hair. So I thought maybe they want me to grow mine out so that I'd be like, I'm mad. And then, maybe the kids would be like, yeah. Because actually when I went to Mexico, like, like building whatever stuff and playing with kids, they were like, Tommy, Tommy, Tommy. Like, yeah, hey, it's me. Flip and do stuff and play with the kids or whatever, And so, yeah, they thought I was Tommy, but I think they called, they probably would have called everyone Tommy. Pink Ranger would be Tommy. So, because I didn't have long hair when I went to Mexico, but, I don't know. But yeah, that was the rumor, and that's what I was even hearing. So, I mean, I don't know if it was true or not, but that's what was, kind of being spread around. I thought it was kind of weird. I looked stupid with that long hair, though, I'll tell you that. I'm like, yeah. I know. It sucked. But I had no choice. I had to look stupid. I had no choice but to look like an idiot. And I look back at those pictures, and I'm like, jerk. Maybe it wasn't because they were making me the leader. Maybe it's because they wanted to embarrass me right before I left. They're like, we'll make him look so bad. With his hair all like frizzy and everything. Because my hair isn't like, I'm like, my mom has like straight hair or whatever because she's Asian. My dad has like curly red hair. And so my hair was like, I can do an afro pretty good. And so, it didn't look good, it wasn't like Tommy, it looked straight, perfect. I was just like, my hair's dumb. That's why I usually try to shave it or something. Yes. I was like anything else. I went into an audition. I saw a lot of other people that were auditioning. I was like, there's no way I'm getting it. I luckily did a good enough part for the character. I get the right emotion and the right craziness. And I thought it was cool. I didn't realize it was that long a show. I thought it was just like, I'd never heard of it. I was like, yeah, that's really weird. At first I thought it was pronounced yeah. Like, Coach Day-ass. What a weird show. I don't know about this one. But this is one of those, like, Yahweh things. So now then it turns out to be a great show, and I'm like, wow, this is totally cool. Yes, you had a question back there. Yes, you. Yes. I work with full Asians. They are 100% Asian. I totally get along with them. Yeah. When I was on Power Rangers, like half of the guys that I worked with all the time were Japanese, And in fact, like the movie that I showed the other day, Broken Path, was directed by my friend who's Japanese, who was working on Power Rangers, who's executive producer now of Power Rangers. And so, the Alpha Stunts and those guys, I know them all really well. When I went to Japan to do Devil May Cry 4, they were all Japanese people there, And I met up with some of those stunt guys that I'd worked with before to hang out or whatever. So yeah, I get along with Asian people fine. I mean, I have to. The white side of me gets along with the Asian side of me. I have no choice. We fight a lot, but we make up. We eat like rice and burgers. Yes.
How did you like playing Kiba? He's like the hero of the show. How did you like playing the hero?
Kiba was one of those characters where I was like, I'm not going to do this role. But I thought he was just too cool. Like I came off of doing Trigun, right? And well, I did Akira also. And but you know, and then kind of that was cool, but he's not like cool, you know. And when I saw like they showed me the opening scene in Wolf's Rain where he's laying in the snow and the music starts kicking in and he's like, you know, talking. And I'm like, this is like the coolest show I've ever seen. And I only saw that opening right there and I'm like, oh man, I gotta do my best. Like, so try to give us something good. And I'm like, so I gave it a shot, you know. I was really excited about that show. I think it's a great show. I don't know why they didn't do any merchandise for it or why they didn't advertise it that well. Really, I think it's a great show, except for the recap episodes, the recap volume. It's like they didn't even like make new animation. It was like the old stuff. I don't understand. And the ending, did you see it to the end?
Yeah.
Yeah. Good ending. Yes. Depends on the video game. Very big difference. Because Devil May Cry, I went to Japan and I did the motion capture. That's where they put those shiny balls on you. And you walk around, and you fight, and you act. You know, so it was very different. It was more like, let's see. It's more like, I guess it's kind of like theater and film and whatever. It's like all mix. It's a mix, and voice acting is all there because they're recording your body actions, but your body actions have to be a little over the top, which was something I had to learn during the rehearsals. It's like, oh gosh, I have to be over the top. Yet they're recording my face, so my facial expressions have to be natural. They can't be like, you know, they have to be like natural. And obviously my speaking voice had to be perfect for the role, and then just the movement. So that took, you know, a couple of days of rehearsal to get used to because, you know, I hadn't done any motion capture stuff before. But I had so much freedom playing Nero or Devil May Cry. I mean, outside of the script, it was like, you know, it's just on paper, you know, it's like the story is there, you know, and, you know, the scenes are there, but it's like I can make them as emotional as I wanted to. I could scream if I wanted to, you know, I could cry if I wanted to, or if it, obviously if it led to it, you know. And so there's a lot of things in there that I could play with, you know, that there's just so much more freedom. With anime, it's already done. It's drawn already. So if he's laughing and I make him sound like he's crying, it's maybe not going to work, you know. And so, like, you kind of have to match picture, whereas with Nero, it was just whatever I wanted to do, you know. Of course, being guided by the director and the story and all that stuff. So there's so much more freedom in that. But not all games are going to send you to Japan, you know. There are some games that are similar to dubbing anime, but then there are again some that aren't, where you don't even you don't have picture at all, and then you just have a time limit. Like you have to say this line in this amount of time, you know. Like when I did Tales of the Abyss, when I played Guy, or when I played Coon and Dot Hack. Those were all like time things. There's a couple movie sequences where I had to match, but you know, that was boring, wasn't it? Make it a fun one. Well, when you're in there, you know, I mean, I drink a lot of water. You're going to strain your voice, though. If like my sessions are usually pretty long, like a 4-hour session. It's pretty average, but sometimes it'd be longer. But the characters I usually get are, you know, like this range is what they're looking for. A lot of times it's my range here or slightly higher, like a little bit higher. And they always scream. It seems like they always scream. There's always fighting or something, you know. Except for Nikosia, he's a bit of a pansy. He's not. He's like more of a mental guy. He's like Mr. Glass. Yeah, he's kind of low on the set. But a lot of my characters do. I don't know. I just drink a lot of water. I mean, you just get used to it, really, you know.